Good job, buddy. That's Brutus. You see the red truck? That's the snow beast Brutus, the big snow beast Brutus. That's the big red road beast, aka Freddy. He's parked for the winter. Now, this is going to be a vehicle reveal that's a little bit different than normal, guys. I introduced to you Buck. Sorry, I gotta catch my breath a little. So anyway, this beast here, I got it for 400 bucks. Sorry, I get a little choked up looking at it. We got ourselves a rough running but a nice big 5.4 liter engine there. I just gotta let it run for a little bit, charge up that battery. It's taken me about a week to get this thing over here from about 100 yards, and probably one of the craziest drives I've ever done in my life. So what's so special about this truck? Why am I getting choked up about it? It was my uncle's truck. Now it's mine. It's nice to hear it running. Yep. Typical Ford power door locks. It's in overall good shape. So we'll get to the mechanics of this thing. Obviously it needs an exhaust. We've got the heat going on in here. It's been sitting for about 1.5 years now. For those of you who don't know, my uncle passed away over the summer. Cancer. Now, I didn't know what was going to happen with this truck. My dad wasn't sure if he wanted it or not, but I hope it's not going to be too hard for him to see his brother's truck sitting here, you know. He was the baby of the family. A very well respected man. This is going to be a long project, and the reason why I call this truck Buck, well, my Uncle Pete was an outdoorsman, but he used to always refer to everybody as Buck. Take her easy, Buck. Take care, Buck. Okay, Buck. And I remember that from when I was like 5. I'm 48 years old now. So, there's a long road ahead of us. The journey begins today. I just hope the journey that this truck that I just did isn't going to be as butt clenching as it was, because basically this truck has 0 brakes. I'll show you the brakes on this truck right now. I just drove this thing about 150 yards in reverse after kind of breaking the brakes free from sitting there seized. And I had hit those without hitting my dad. My dad was standing back here. Well, that would have stopped me anyway, but yeah. So this is going to get restored, but not 100% restoration. This is a 5.4 liter engine. It has a few problems with it. I don't care how much I put into it. It's going to be like a long-term, really long-term project. So I want to do right by my uncle with it. He obviously had a good choice in trucks. The guy who had the truck before him really took care of him. Must have been a big man, because he kind of wore out the seat. But no, my uncle had this for quite a few years. The body on it is almost perfect. I mean, it's got stuff. I mean, there's going to be work done. Nice step side. This is a 1989 Ford F-150, Triton V8 5.4 liter, 4x4 off-road. So there's a lot of interesting features on it. You don't normally see them with the step side box. There's the exhaust. So technically this truck has an exhaust. It's just kind of not on the truck. The fuel in it was really old. It took me like about a week just to get it started, and then it took another, like today I got underneath it with the hammer of Thor, you know, my favorite tool, and the drum brakes. I just smacked the crap out of them, and then I was able to rock the vehicle enough that I was able to get it to go over the little hump. And once it started moving, then I knew it broke the brakes free. But I was coming around that corner pretty hot there in reverse. yeah. It was a pretty hair-wrenching ride, but I got it. So it needs a lot of work, like I said. I'll go over the details of the feature of it, but it's like I didn't know if I was going to get this truck or not. I had a hunch I was going to, and worst case scenario, it could have been a parts truck for Freddie over there, but no, I think this is the other way around. Like this truck, I told my aunt, it's probably going to see a day at the drag strip just for fun. It's 5.4 liter engine, why not? That's 5.7 liter on the big Dodge, 4.6 there and 5.4. So it's not a slouch. It's a big engine, but it's 4x4. It'll never see a winter again driving. Like I say, I want to completely disassemble this truck and, you know, fix everything. But first I got to clean it, see what I got to work with. You know how it goes. But I didn't know if my cousin was going to take it, but he's got a couple of car projects. He's got the 2 girls and the wife, and he didn't want it. So then my dad wasn't sure if he was going to take it. And he worked on it he figured, you can hear there's a little bit of a miss in it. He worked on it for a little bit. He said he didn't have the patience for it, so maybe it was just too hard for him to work on his brother's truck, right? So the next thing was that this thing was going to end up probably as a scrap truck. Now I paid $400 for it. It's probably not worth $400 in the condition it's in, but part out, this thing's probably worth about $2,500 in parts. I mean, the doors, the body, everything is like really good. The box, you know what I mean? The box itself, you could probably sell it for $1,800. But that's not what's going to happen to this truck. This truck's going to be really cool when I'm done with it. And you guys are going to get to follow along, see how I'm going to do it. Got to figure out what the miss is. Put brakes on the darn thing and go from there. Yeah, so I got no shortage of work on trucks, that's for sure. But at least this one's over here and I don't have to worry about it now. Like I said, it's going to need a lot. This is the longest it's probably ran in a year and a half. You know, last time I seen my uncle pulling into the yard with it, it was almost 2 years ago, probably. You know, so it's nice to hear this thing roaring, you know what I mean? You know, again, it's still working through that bad gas. It has a miss. I don't know if it has a done coil, but we'll get into all that. But yeah, so I got it. So a little bit emotional, I can't lie. I mean, if there's a song that would break my heart right now, is I Drive Your Truck, you know? But it's good. Real good. So, welcome to a new long series. This is Buck. All right. Yeah, I got enough for one day. Yeah, so like my uncle would say, take care, Buck. We'll see you in the next videos.